once upon a time, in a quiet little town, there lived a fluffy gray cat named Filbert. Filbert wasn't like other cats. He had a sense of adventure. With his white paws and big, curious green eyes, Filbert loved to dream about the world beyond his window. And one sunny morning, he decided it was time to make those dreams a reality. Our story begins with Filbert sitting on the windowsill, staring out at the big, bright world beyond. He'd been planning this adventure for weeks, studying the people and places outside. He even brought along his faithful stuffed mouse, Munchie, who would be his companion on this journey. "Today's the day, Munchie," Filbert whispered. "We're going out into the big world." When the door finally opened, Filbert dashed outside. He had imagined this moment 100 times, but the feel of grass under his paws surprised him. It was soft and tickly. He lifted one paw, feeling a bit confused, but soon his curiosity won over, and he ventured further. "Okay, Grass, you can't scare me," he meowed bravely. "I'm Filbert the Brave." As Filbert explored, he came across the neighbor's yard and met Buster the dog. Buster barked loudly from behind the fence, trying to look tough. But Filbert simply sat there with a cool expression, flicking his tail like a mighty lion. "Oh, don't worry, Buster," Filbert purred calmly. "I'm just passing through." Next, Filbert spotted something shiny on the ground. A puddle. He crept over carefully and saw a reflection staring back at him. Filbert gasped. "Is that another cat?" he wondered. But when he leaned closer, he slipped, splashing water on his paws. "Well, that's one mystery solved," he chuckled, flicking his wet tail. But no puddle can stop Filbert the Brave. As he continued, Filbert found a secret garden full of beautiful flowers. He crouched low, pretending to be a spy on a secret mission. He crept through the bushes, peeking out every so often to make sure no one was watching. "This is perfect," he whispered. "The garden of Filbert is officially claimed." Suddenly, Filbert spotted a colorful bird sitting on a branch. His eyes sparkled with excitement, and his tail flicked back and forth as he prepared to pounce. But just as he was about to jump, the bird flew away, leaving him empty-pawed. "Next time, my feathered friend," Filbert said with a sigh. "You won't escape Filbert the Brave." Wandering into another yard, Filbert discovered a delicious surprise. A bowl of fresh milk. He dipped his head in and drank until his whiskers were covered in milk drops. Just then, he spotted another cat watching him, a grumpy orange tabby, not too happy about Filbert helping himself. "Oh, sorry, friend," Filbert said with a sheepish grin. "I was just, taste testing." As Filbert continued, a sudden breeze blew a leaf high into the air. Without thinking, Filbert chased after it, leaping and twirling in the air, his paws reaching for the swirling leaf. After a few failed jumps, he finally caught the leaf and sat proudly, feeling like a true hunter. Nothing can escape Filbert the Brave. He meowed triumphantly. After all that running, Filbert was exhausted. He found a shady spot under a big tree and stretched out, his eyes drooping as he listened to the birds singing above him. It was the perfect place for a quick nap, and he dreamed of all his adventures. "Ah, every great adventurer deserves a little rest," he purred sleepily. As the sun began to set, Filbert realized it was time to head home. His paws were muddy, his fur was a little messy, but his heart was full of excitement. When he returned, his person was there, waiting with a gentle hand and a warm smile. "Welcome home, Filbert," she whispered, stroking his back. Filbert curled up in her lap, purring happily. And that night, as Filbert drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of all the adventures he would have tomorrow. Because after all, Filbert the Brave always had a new adventure waiting just beyond the window.